What is growth? The process of developing or maturing physically, mentally, or spiritually. What is change? To replace something or someone with something else, especially of the same kind that is newer or better. These terms are often left to interpretation, but they are very intertwined. When I think of these two words and what they mean, it doesn't seem too hard, right? If you don't like it, change it. Get rid of it. Pass it to someone else. Move on. Kind of like how you had that favorite t-shirt when you were a kid back in the day, but then you got older and you grew out of it because your belly was showing and you had to let it go. Pretty easy, right? But for some reason, all of us as a society, we struggle with change and growth. Whether it's a diet, a job, new school, friends, environment, or our health, we come up with excuses for ourselves or the things that are blocking us so we stay stagnant. Some will even go as far as blaming deities or outside forces for the misfortunes that they cause themselves for simply not changing or growing. I think the majority of us deep down are scared of change. I know I was. Sometimes I still am. Somewhere in my childhood, I associate change with growth, which in return, that growth leads to pain. I remember when I lost my little brother at an early age and how it hit me so close to home. I lost family before, but this pain just felt so different and hurt deeper than anything I ever felt. I should have reached out for help, but with me being so young and not really understanding my emotions, reality just set in too quickly, and that day the world got cold and I grew up. From that point on, I would take life so seriously in all aspects of my life to make sure I didn't waste the time that I had to be here and be somebody in this world that really doesn't even care about me at the end of the day. I learned that lesson in different variations throughout life, whether it was dealing with my skin, my values, my neurodivergent traits, my interests, people that hated me for just showing love and being the definition of a quote unquote real ninja. Edited for you white folks, because you better not be saying what I think you're saying. You know what I'm saying? But which took a toll on my mental health, especially during COVID. During COVID, I allowed those experiences to mold me into somebody that I didn't really even recognize half the time. I stopped caring about people. I opened up less and less. I let toxic traits define the types of people I allowed in my life. I lost track of what was truly important in the direction I wanted to move my life in. I became very complacent and very stagnant, and I think a lot of people nowadays can agree with that as well. I also think we can all agree that that time frame did a lot of damage to us as a whole, but I got caught up in this cycle of repeated toxicity to where it creates this paranoia of everyone's just out to get me. But when I finally opened my eyes and I just saw me. No one else in the room but me. Beaten, scarred, and bruised up from all the things that I allowed to enter my temple, and thinking that I was missing something or I didn't have enough of one thing, when the whole time I just needed change. That change brought growth, and that growth brought pain. But this time, the pain that I endured before didn't hurt as much. It felt like I just got out of a tough rugby match and I just got hit real hard. But once I stretched it out and, worked it out a little bit, it was manageable. It hurt, but it was manageable. And as I began to look more inward and heal, the more my body stretched and worked that pain away. Those tough spots on the body, those hurtful memories began to ease, and the weight dropped off my shoulders that I've been carrying for years. And I know a lot of you can relate to that because you're probably still carrying weight to this day. And as I started to shed those toxic patterns and truly heal, to find better ways to deal with things, I learned that not everyone is happy for you and stick around just to see you fail. Some will even go as far as intervening in your life just to see you miserable, which is truly sad in today's age when everyone's fighting to stay alive, A time where we really need each other more than ever. But what do I know? I'm just a blurred living out of Kentucky. Luckily for me, I met some pretty cool people along the way. The ones who keep me honest and push me to do better. Friends that we all need in our lives to reach that next level that we all call the American dream. Hell, some of them I never even met before. Shout out to the Horde gang, you know what I'm saying? And if you don't know, don't ask, you feel me? Those are the kind of people that make the world go round. What is all this for, you might ask? Well, I guess to say that I'm human too. I make mistakes, I get depressed, self-isolate, go ghost, but I'm making strides every day to do better than I was yesterday. And it's okay not to be okay sometimes. It's about acknowledging our humanity and embracing growth and healing, then finding the courage to share our stories so we can embark on new beginnings to push all of us as a society to a better standard. And maybe, just maybe, I'm saying this to open up to you guys a little bit more. It hopes to break the stigma surrounding this thing we call vulnerability and encourage others to embrace change for growth and self-improvement. This is a new thing for me, so don't push me on it, okay? I don't know if I'm gonna do this a lot, but you know what I'm saying. Anyway, with growth, healing, and all that extrativity, positive-ish that comes along with it, this is what I like to call the new. New attitude, new thought process, and most of all, a new place to call home. But I guess I never really got a chance to introduce you guys to the brand in the first place, so let me start there. Without a doubt, I think it's a great thing to be treated like a family. We all have family members that we vibe with and that we hold near and dear to our hearts. But do you ever just find yourself toning it down just to keep the peace, or you really couldn't be yourself? You couldn't, flap your wings like you used to do? You know what I'm saying? Trust me, I know how you feel. I've been in your shoes way more times than I can count. That's why I'm excited to introduce Suttledown Productions, a space where authenticity rules and being unapologetically you is not just accepted, but celebrated. Here, you can truly be yourself, and there's no need to water it down for anybody. It's about embracing your unique flavor and bringing your authentic self to the table where we can create a project you can be proud of. For those of you that have been rocking with me since day one, for those that have came around during my growth, and for those that are here that are new, I thank you. And I hope that we can all grow together. Peace.